Hello, everyone. Today's training is going to be on how beauty professionals can effectively use hashtags on Instagram. Now, there's power in using hashtags, and if you are not using hashtags, or if you really don't see a lot of benefit of using the hashtags that you're using, then maybe this training will give you a little bit further insight of how powerful hashtags can be and why you should be using them. I'm Erica Aker, and many of you know me, but if you don't know me, I am a beauty business mentor coach. I have 25 years of licensed experience as a master stylist. I'm a licensed beauty instructor, a certified trichologist, a certified lash extension artist, a business owner, as well as a published author. And even amongst all those titles, I really like to just use one specific title, and that title is entrepreneur. I'm basically heavily into business and how to run a business and how I can help you run your business more effectively. So today we're going to be talking about hashtags, and we're going to first figure out what are hashtags. What are they? A hashtag is basically a word or phrase preceded by a hash or pound sign used to identify messages on a specific topic. Today we're going to be basically focusing on Instagram, but hashtags are also used in Twitter as well as sometimes on Facebook. Not so much on Facebook, they're not as effective, but definitely on Twitter and definitely on Instagram. So if you are using those two social media uh, pages for your business, you need to be using hashtags. Why should you use hashtags? The biggest reason you want to use hashtag is that it makes it easier for your page to be found by followers. It also helps you to be seen by a targeted audience. So for instance, if you're looking for new clients, you can specifically target those new clients with specific hashtags that they may be using to look for you. So you want to use those same hashtags so that they can find you. And also, your hashtags can be used to specifically for your branding purposes, for branding your own tags. And you can do that. But say, for instance, if you have a tagline or some catchy tag words that you like to use that's associated with your brand, then you can brand your own hashtags and get your followers starting to use your hashtags so that it can become popular also. But for the most part, people use hashtags that are already in existence, but you definitely can use your own personal branding tags as well, in addition to some of the hashtags that people are using. So, how do you research popular hashtags? Well, you want to go into your Instagram account and you want to find the search bar. And that's basically this here. It has like a little magnifying glass, which signifies it's searching. And I used hashtag Atlanta hairstylist as an example. As you can see, when I typed in hashtag Atlanta hairstylist, these posts came up, plus several others. You can scroll down and see the rest of them. But I put this in specifically so that you can see the first post that popped up has 456,000 people that have used this hashtag on their post. And then the next one, 20,879 people have used this post, and so on and so forth with the rest of these. These are considered similar hashtags from the one that you put in this description. Now, I in particular like to use hashtags that are below 100,000. And the reason being is that the more people that are using a hashtag, which makes it popular, very popular, the further your post will be pushed down in the search engine on Instagram. So if you want your post to stay at the top for a little bit longer, then I like to use hashtags that are 100,000 or less. That's still a pretty good many people that will see my hashtag, but it's not so many where I'm getting lost in the crowd. So anything that's 300,000 or more up to 1 million, your hashtag and your post is going to be further down the list in a matter of seconds or a couple of minutes at the most, or the least, I should say. And that kind of defeats the purpose of why you're using the hashtag. So if you're using a very popular hashtag that has hundreds of thousands of people that are using that same hashtag, I would just select those in small numbers. I wouldn't have the majority of my hashtags with that many people using it as a post. And that's simply, again, just stating that you want your post to be at the top of the list for a lot longer period of time. And typically people, when they're looking through posts, they kind of scroll no more than 9 or 12, maybe 15 posts at a time. And if your post is way on the bottom, say number 300 or 500, more than likely they're not going to find you. They're not going to see your post because let's just face it, people, their attention span is short, and they're just not going to just scroll through hundreds of thousands of posts and specifically see yours. So you want yours to be at the top of the list for as long as possible. Okay? So how many hashtags are enough? How many should you be using? You can use up to 30, which is Instagram's limit, but it's not advisable for you to post 30 hashtags on every post. Sometimes you will attract more spammy people when you use a whole bunch of hashtags. Sometimes not, but a real good sweet spot is between 11 and 20. And if you're using anything below 11, it's probably not a whole bunch of people that's going to actually see your post come through their news feed. So you want to use enough hashtags where it's spread out and more people can see your post. Inserting your hashtags. You want to insert no more than 3 hashtags directly in your post description. Now, I've seen some people that post more than that, but I think that 3 hashtags is enough directly in your description. And as you can see on this example right here, up in here, he has 3 hashtags that he has directly in the description box. You can also insert hashtags in your comment section. And this is where you can see that right here. He has made a comment, and with that comment, he put all of his hashtag in that comment box. So that's just another way that you can do it. Me personally, I do it a little bit differently, but there is no right or wrong way as far as putting them in there when it comes to these two examples. I like to use the majority of my hashtags after the description post by using the star or periods for a more aesthetic appeal. So again, you don't see hashtags when you're scrolling through in my post description area. And I have these little stars that I have entered in so that it pushes my hashtags further down and you won't see the hashtags actually while you're scrolling. And I have all of mine in my post but further down in the post. So again, it doesn't matter if you do it this way or if you post them directly into your comment section. Hopefully you learned a few tips with this Instagram training on hashtagging. If you haven't followed me already, I ask that you follow me on Instagram at Erica Aker, and I will follow you back because I like to know who's reading the emails, getting the training, and if you're getting something out of it, that kind of lets me know that you're interested in these trainings. I want to wish you a happy hashtagging day, and I will talk with you guys soon.